Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have a look at a new plugin called Harmony Bloom, and this is a polyrhythmic sequencer, but it is pretty much unlike anything you will have seen, and it is very clever and a very unusual design, and it was created by Mario Nieto, who I'm assuming is Italian. There only really is one page to this, so it is quite straightforward. I mean, it looks like really complicated, but once you know how it works, it is quite straightforward. So Harmony Bloom is a MIDI generator merging polyrhythmic patterns with beautiful visuals. Send MIDI data to any device that accepts it, unlocking a range of musical possibilities. And it doesn't actually say how much it is, but it is €29, which was about £25 when I bought it last week. So it will depend on the exchange rate. But it is a bit of a bargain because, like I said, there's nothing really like it that I have seen before. So plug in, listen, and witness the magic. So he's got 6 of them running there. Play a bit of this and see what it sounds like. Right. So there we go. That's a quick demo of what it does look like and how it works. It obviously is suited more for, like sort of plucky sounds. I would say, bass, bells, keys. It's not quite so good for pads, but you can just reduce the number of notes, so it's not as kind of active, as it were. There has been an update recently to 1.2.5, I think it is. Harmony Bloom aims to effortlessly create magical sequences while letting users add their personality. It offers many parameters for customization or randomization until the desired result is achieved. The central circle displays notes clearly and creativity, linking each one to form pleasant patterns that boost creativity and make creating more enjoyable. And you've got keyboard mode, so you can control it from a MIDI keyboard. You've got note collections. It features 57 note collections to cover a wide range of sounds. So note collections as in presets. So there isn't many presets, and I've done a few already, and it is quite easy just to create your own and save them. You've got a lot of randomization. So there's like there's a randomizing for pretty much each of the main parameters, plus there's a master randomization as well. We'll have a look at that. You can increase and decrease the number of notes up to 82. You've got quantized and free offset. You've got probability as well. You can change the probability from 100 to whatever. You can sync your DAW tempo, which I have been doing. You can randomize the velocity generator. You can trigger bars. The sequence has 8 points to activate or deactivate, and you click the circles around it to toggle a trigger bar. And this is where it becomes really interesting for creating ongoing patterns, because you can just switch these off and on as it's playing. So you can create quite long sequences just by tweaking it as it's going. So you've got speed offset. You've got scale and root selector, 57 musical scales or modes, ensuring notes fit the perfect scale for melody and harmony in your music. It has MIDI learn as well. And then we've got create, edit and share presets. And it is compatible with any DAW supporting VST3 and AU formats like Ableton, Logic, Bitwig, Cubase, Reaper, FL Studio, etc. So MIDI capture and record MIDI sequences efficiently within the app, and multi-output. So trigger bars can be backed to be sent through different independent MIDI channels. Additionally, it's possible to select the octave for each trigger bar independently. So it's available for Mac and Windows, and I think there's going to be maybe an iOS version as well coming out soon for iPad. So for macOS we are 10.4 or higher, and an Intel i5, and for Windows it is Windows 10 or higher with an Intel i5 processor and at least 4 GB of RAM. So that is a very quick overview of Harmony Bloom, and we will get Logic open and see what it can actually do. So here we are in Logic, and for the purposes of this demonstration I am using Alchemy on each instance of Harmony Bloom. In Logic we just add in the MIDI effects channel, we just add it in, and it is, you go down to audio units and Mario Nieto and Harmony Bloom is there. And like I said, I'm using Alchemy, and we'll just pop this up here. So like I said, a quick overview of what is going on. I've got tooltips switched on so I can just read what is going on. So first of all, Harmony Bloom, show info window, and that is your info. So we are version 1.2.5. As I mentioned, it is quite a recent update, and there's been quite a few new features added already. So you've got your redo and then your bypass. So if I click that, I can just play the Alchemy classic synth bass without going through Harmony. And I might just bump this up a wee bit. So that's quite cool, just bypass that. Show save preset window, and then you've got your presets there, so you can either click that. Like I said, there's only about 50 odds, and like I said, I've created quite a few already that I'm going to kind of use in the demo. Got redo, undo, and then you've got the show the editing bit, so you can go in and you can change the background, the main, the center notes, and the outer notes. So these are the center notes, and these are your outer notes there as well. And then you can go into main, and then we could just tweak this to something a bit different. We could make it like paler blue, and that's it. You just click out of there. We'll run down the left side first. So this arrow here is use input notes. So enable this feature to have the sequencer adaptively use incoming notes in sequence instead of the predefined notes. So like I said, you can just have it running from your MIDI here. So the note collection is all your note collections. So this will change depending on the preset. So like I said, you can pick loads of these. You've got diminished and all sorts of major sustains and dominants and all sorts of note collections, and then you've got various offsets on this side. So this is kind of all your offsets, and this is all the things that pertain to the notes and the loop length and the probability. You can randomize each individual one of these parameters, or this is like a master one, so the randomize permitted parameters. So you can right click and then choose what you want to actually have. Because normally you don't want to change the loop length, because that will dramatically change the sound, because this is in 8 at the moment. So if we, so this is on 8, which is obviously quite slow. If I go down to, so you don't really want to randomize that if you're looking for a specific kind of beat. So yeah, so like I said, you can decide what you want to randomize. Got global offset, allowing shifting the entire sequence together. So I will show you what that looks like. So you can actually offset that. So every time a note passes one of these lines, it will trigger. So, and then when you press another MIDI note, it will re-trigger from the start. So like I said, I can offset that. You're quantized, so they set the distance between notes in a quantized equidistant manner. So we're on 16th, so you can actually set it right down to 1, and then it'll just be a line. So yeah, so and then we can go to 2. So like I said, it is very clever. And then if we go to 4, so if for instance, if we take off these, you can see if we have a cross, and then take this down to like 4, or yeah, 4, that is kind of like 1 bar. And you can change the number of notes there as well, so we could have less notes. So we could have, say, 12 notes, and then offset it up to, so if you see, as I offset it, you can see the pattern changes. So like 3 is a triangle, so a third is a triangle, a half is a line, and then a quarter is like a diamond, and then you've got pentagon or whatever it is, and then yeah, it just gets so like I said, it will increase the offset and create a nice spiral. So if you go 12 notes and 12 offset, and then we can add in so you kind of get the idea. And like I said, you can do this as it's playing. So you could, so I'll go down, and you can transpose the octaves here. So there is 3 ways of playing it. So you can play with the MIDI. So this is I've got my Keylab 49 hooked up. So that's what's triggering the notes. You can also trigger it by playing the actual keyboard on the screen. And you can go up and down octaves there. And if you switch off the keyboard, you can actually just press the play button. And then, so like I said, we could speed that up, and then we could adjust the note duration as well to make the notes a bit longer. So we'll take it up to maybe 70. So that basically is gating the notes. So we could bump back in some more notes. Take down the probability, which will not play every note as it crosses a line. And then we could take out a couple of lines. So there we go. And I've got this synced to my DAW, so I'm at 100 BPM. So there we go. So I'll run through the rest of the offsets. Free time distance between notes. So I think you can go negative or positive. No, you can't. Yeah. So some of them you can go, so you can see what's happening. It's gone mental. I mean, whoa, whoa. So we started off with a spiral, and then we ended up with God knows what that is. So we'll just put the loop length back up to 4. Speed offset parameter controls the timing between notes. For values from 0 to 1, notes progressively speed up from the center outwards, and for values between 0 and -1, notes slow down. So you can go negative on this one. I couldn't remember which one goes negative. Right, so we could turn it down negative, and then positive is going to be so they speed up from the center outwards. And then you have got the even offset delays even notes, very useful for creating swing patterns or exploring new shapes and rhythmic patterns. So that's basically like your swing, and you can see it's creating yet another distorted kind of shape. So, but yeah, it's quite mental. And like I said, you can just take these out and just see what it sounds like, because it does. So if we have like 3, you just get a completely different rhythm. It is very, very clever, I have to say. And like I said, you could just randomize these. So we could just go up and randomize each of these and just see what happens. Nothing good happens. So if we go through the rest of the controls, you've got your root here, so you've got so you can pick. So we're in C, we could change that to E, or F, or G, and then you've got your scales. So there is a lot of scales. You've got chromatics, majors, pentatonics, minors, blues, some other weird Japanese, Hungarian, gypsy. Let's try Egyptian. What the hell's the Egyptian scale? No idea. And you can randomize this as well. You can, like I said, you can pretty much randomize everything. And then on this side, like I said, you've got your number of notes in the sequence, so you can just drag this or B-mole, or use it precisely with the arrow. So we'll go for 24. And like I said, note duration is basically your kind of gate. So if we take that, so obviously that's a more plucky sound. And then we've got more of a sounds like the bagpipes. Anyway, then you've got loop length, and then probability, and then tempo. At the bottom, we've got link play with transport DAW. So when active, play pause will be automatically controlled by the DAW. So if we'll solo this and we'll play that. So that's going to play from a DAW. Play it. And then you've got reverse. So change the direction in which the notes spin. So yeah, so it defaults to, hang on, put keyboard back on. It defaults to anti-clockwise, so we can go clockwise. So you think it kind of would go clockwise, but it defaults to anti-clockwise. Who knows? And then you've got re-trigger. So I can switch re-trigger off. So when I'm playing the keyboard, it won't re-trigger back to the start point. So you've got the note generation will start from selected notes, so you can put in a range of notes there as well, and then you've got velocity, min and max for setting the maximum velocity for notes, controlling the highest intensity for dynamic expression, and then you've got MIDI capture off, or you can switch play to DAW capture mode, and then you've got use this button to export the captured MIDI sequence. And then you've got click and hold this button to grab the captured MIDI, then drag it to the DAW. So there we go. That is Bloom in a kind of nutshell, a big bloody nutshell. Like I said, it looks complicated, but as with most things, it's not really once you get into it. We've had enough of the synth, so we'll load up some other instances. So this is a synth, and it is the 8 light years from here, which is one of my favorite Alchemy presets. If I just load up Bloom instead, yeah, and I have changed the color to purple, and I'm kind of leaving these as the kind of default green because it kind of is quite good to kind of just show a bit of difference. So let's hear what this sounds like. So rather beautiful, I think is what it sounds like. Let's bump up the volume. So this is using the M Notes preset. And like I said, it's using all 8 of the triggers. So like I said, we could switch this to say 6 triggers. And like I said, you can just carry on mucking around with these and seeing what happens. It's obviously quite nice to create a kind of, because you don't really know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of it. You really don't know. So for instance, we could take the note generation up, duration up, and take the offset up as well, and then put in and back in another trigger. So yeah, it is just, it's quite kind of magical and kind of hypnotic at the same time. Yeah, I do like it, as you can probably tell. So I'm trying to go through different instruments to give you an idea of what it sounds like. So this is a pad, and this is the Earth preset on the Dream Synth pads, the Dream Signs pad from Alchemy. So I've reduced the kind of number of lines on this so that it's not triggering when we've got 17 notes. So we could take the notes down as well, maybe to 14, and the duration up to maybe like 40. Or no, we could take the. So yeah, we'll take that then. And then we could bump up. We could slow it down to 8 bars. And we could just bump up the volume a bit as well. So, just really nice. Well, one of the reasons I'm using Alchemy is that I can just change this quite quickly. So if we play this, and so I'm in dream sounds, but I can change it to like really quickly and just see what happens. So we've got guitar. Dirty fifths. Back to dream. Yeah, so that's it. It's quite a good one to use as a sample. Right. So this one is Cloud of Suns. Now this is one that I've created. So I've created this pattern and saved it. So this is one of mine, I believe. Yeah, Cloud of Suns is one of mine. And it is based on this Alchemy preset, which is a pad. So for ambient soundscapes, which you know I am partial to an ambient soundscape, this is very, very good. So I've only got 2 lines in this, and I've got 14 notes, and this is a loop length of 8, and you can see there's quite a lot of offsets being changed. I'm on quantizing is 10th, and the global is 135. So for instance, we could just add in another line. So yeah, that is quite cool. I said I'd do one for Dave Molino because he is a big fan of tubular bells, as in using them for his music. So this one is for him. So it is a kind of bell sound. So we could take the loop length up and the duration and add in some more notes as well. So we could take down the octave. So like I said, it's very easy just to change things on the fly and then just save them as a new preset. So that is quite nice. I do like that one. So I've got, what have I got? I've got depth kick on which is a drum. So if I play these together, you'll get an idea. So if I just, so that's it playing with the kick, and so that's death kick, and it's using the charm preset, and then we've got and then we've got Dreams Unlimited, and then we kind of mucked around with that one. So like I said, we could change that. We could Wake Me Out in the Forest. So that is the kick just going along. We just have a look at that. So you can see what's happening with that. It's just creating a little drum pattern, and let's say we could offset these quantize it down to 10th, and then we could change that a bit, kind of speed up a bit. And then, like I said, we could also take the note duration down. And take it down to speed it up. So that sounds a bit of a mess. We'll put it back up to 8, that's probably better. So yeah, so like I said, you can just play around with it. So it does work with other things like drums, and you could have hi-hats or whatever going, I suppose. And right, that's better. Right, so this is me going to play it. Right, so there we go. That is quite a long overview of Harmony Bloom, and I would highly recommend getting it, as it is just unlike anything else I have seen for, I'm not quite sure what you can compare it to, but it is very, very cool. So it's only €29 or 25 quid, which is a bit of a bargain, because like I said, it must have taken quite a while to develop this. So thanks for watching, and as usual, if you are enjoying the videos, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.